Then he's going to tell you to point over there and shoot because that's how war was done. So, hey, you shoot and I shoot. Joey, we're on the same page, but I'm taking Dick Butkus. You're not taking Dick Butkus? Oh, my pissed off farmers.
Very pissed off farmers.
Yeah, but you can be as pissed off as you want. A cannonball still sucked.
Dude, they were like charging like 2.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Where at least I know I'm free.
Get it, boys.
Happy 4th of July,
Crushed it.
Gentlemen. Yeah. Happy 4th of July. Our patriotic episode. Welcome to the Juice Boy Show. Three brothers-in-law, so freaking stupid. We're just getting dumber, guys. Not getting any smarter.
No.
Stupid enough to start enough weekly sports podcast. Too stupid to stop after 48 beautiful episodes.
48.
Oh, yeah. That's an even number if I know numbers, right? A sports podcast.
You sure do.
For the morons, by the sports morons. Bounded by the 3 Bs. Booze, betting, and bullshit, guys. I've missed you. How's your week been? I get to see Mr. Christopher this week for the 4th of July.
Yes, sir.
We got
1201.
1201 whiskeys will be poured. Golfing will be played. Meat will be consumed. Beat that, Joey. What are we drinking? How's our week going? I've missed you all. Happy 4th to everyone. America. What are we drinking?
Oh, I'm just going back to an old staple of mine, Stone IPA. It's a fantastic beer. Fantastic beer. I'm washing that down with some of this small batch that I had last week. But, I was just feeling a beer right now. Just really feeling a beer. So I've got a beer and then a whiskey back. Okay, my
whiskey is very little. Yeah.
It's a little bit. I went hard last night at the Pixies and Modest Mouse show. So it was really fun.
Nice.
It was really fun. So
that looks very clear.
Yeah, that's all.
It's your chaser.
It's the same color as the bottle. So wait, no, it's not.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, not even close. Christopher, can you beat some watered down whiskey and a beer?
Fellas, it's 4th of July. I had to go. I was looking at my liquor cabinet. I was like, what's the most American thing I can make? So I'm drinking Jack Daniels on the rocks.
Hey!
Oh, hell yeah. You're smooth as
boy.
Tennessee whiskey.
That's tough to beat.
It's like America.
Oh, I'm excited to see you and consume too much with you. I'm drinking some Maker's Mark. It's been a while for me.
I like the
Nothing much. Nothing special.
America.
Just
American
America. I keep forgetting to introduce ourselves, guys. Everyone's asking. The world's asking
who are these
guys?
Fools?
Third Cody, Juice Boy Joe, Mr. Pope Pelletier. We are the Juice Boy. What else we got? Sports docket. We got a big potato. We got some Moron Mountains for this week.
We got Morons this week.
Okay.
Yes.
Revolutionary War statistic of the day to wrap us up.
I love it.
This show's blown up like Bronny's draft day expectations.
Day 2.
That's
Cody, I know you're so happy. You love people getting into positions that they didn't earn.
No. Okay.
Very true.
I wonder if we'll talk about that, guys. Let's jump into the sports docket. No, 4th of July is our first favorite day. You know our second favorite day?
St. Patrick's Day?
Bobby Bonilla Day.
Day. That's right, baby.
The man gets paid, what is it, $1.2 million every single year until like
on June
2039. It's June 1st. He signed the best contract of all time. He deferred all of his payments. Now it's a very big thing. Otani did it recently at a bigger level, but whoever Bonilla's advisor was. But
at an unbelievably bigger level. All right. But fans, 61-year-old Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid by the Mets. Now, Bobby Bonilla last played for the Mets in 2001. All right. So it's just how a lot of you that
fantastic.
A lot of you that are listening to this weren't even alive in 2001. All right, when he was doing this, so he's going to be paid by them until 2035. All right, and in yearly installments. So he'll be 72 years old, still making $1.2 million from the Mets. This guy is an absolute
just to not play baseball
genius.
To not even think about baseball. He just
what were they thinking? This was in 2000. Instead of buying out the remaining $5.9 million on his contract. They gave him a yearly $1.2 million for 25 years, starting in 2011.
Wait, that was the alternative route that they could have taken?
They just deferred it, and he's like, "Okay, I'll take $28 million instead of $6 million."
Yeah, that works.
Why would he say no to that? Like, why would anyone say no?
That's fine. Thank you.
Oh my God!
So it says the new owner is just talking about like, oh my God, they're like literally talking about maybe putting up a thing for him at the stadium because they paid him so much money. And so they're going to have like this statue embracing Bobby Bonilla Day. The new owner, Steve Cohen, has said that.
You have to.
So, yeah.
And also,
he was
King
a pretty
Griffey
good
Jr.
player, but not this.
No,
yeah.
but King Griffey Jr. is also what, the 4th highest paid player on the Cincinnati Reds still.
Yeah.
So
Manny Ramirez is still making $24 million from the Red Sox until 2026. Manny Ramirez.
We're in the wrong sport.
Max Scherzer is going to get paid $105 million from the Nationals, and he last played for them in what? 2019? Chris Davis, remember old Crush Davis, that one?
He's getting
nowhere. Yeah. He got paid. He's getting paid until 2037 at $9.6 million a year. My
Lord. He's making $10 million a year.
Sense. Baseball makes no sense.
Chris, tell us your thoughts on the business practice here. What are your just legendary? I don't know what else.
Oh my
to
God!
Say.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, boys. What a spectacular time of year to be reminded that we all collectively went into the wrong career fields.
That's right. Bobby, good for you, buddy. You're still making more than Gunnar Henderson, who's arguably number 2 in AL MVP voting right now. He's got $756,000 this year. All right. Ellie De La Cruz is one of the most electric players we've ever seen coming out of the minors. $742,000 this year. So Bobby Bonilla.
Oh, the legend. All right. The NBA draft took place. Who gives a shit? A lot of Frenchmen. Good for them.
Lakers
taking over. Bronny had to sit his ass and wait for a long time until
Did you all see the report that his agent was reaching out to teams and letting them know if you draft Bronny, he's going to go play in Australia instead?
Yeah.
What a ballsy move from somebody who already has no business being up on that draft board to be like, no. I get to select who drafts me. Otherwise, I throw a fit and I run away to Australia.
This sounds ridiculous, but we have seen this before. This is not unprecedented. Like John Elway said, I'll go play for the Yankees.
I know.
I'm not gonna.
But wasn't John Elway the first?
A little bit
pick?
of a difference between Bronny James and John Elway.
But is it though because of his name?
Elway to be the first pick.
Yeah, there's quite a difference, Joseph.
It is, but his name was just like, I don't know how anybody is shocked about this. I mean, the guy is like, LeBron James is turned in. I don't think I've seen, we talked about falls from grace. This dude is like just disgracing his legacy. I mean, this is disgusting. Like what is happening right now? And I think the Lakers, I'm being for real, I think they're the only team that would do this. That would just let somebody come in and just completely take over their franchise and just railroad them, and because on name alone.
I don't get it.
He's 40 years old, and then Bronny averaged 2 points a game. He had a quote saying, all I want is for my name to be called," which is not true because you had no workouts with any teams. You were like, I'm going to the Lakers. I think there's 3 teams he even had a workout with. So don't give me the bullshit. You just want to hear your name called. It's your dream come true. You were playing a whole game of chess. Or your dad was. Someone was.
That had to have been the worst draft in NBA history, right? I didn't know a single player drafted until like 6. I mean, I was just like, I don't know who these French people are. And you see the dude who was drafted second looks exactly like Catlin Clark. It's hysterical.
Yes.
They have like the exact same looking face. It is so funny. All right, but
Cody wants him on the Olympics team.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
I have earned it. I think the craziest story that came out of this was the fall of Kyle Filipowski. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I sure did.
This is one of the most bizarre stories I've ever heard. So Kyle Filipowski supposedly has been getting groomed by his old Mormon babysitter since he was like 11 years old. Mm-hmm. And like she was like 5 years older than him, took him to his high school prom and all this stuff. I'm not joking. And
she was like out of her master's degree and going to high school prom with him.
Yeah. So the kid has flipped and converted to Mormonism, whatever it's called, Latter-day Saints, and he has completely given up his entire family.
And where's he going, Joey?
Teams heard about this, and he was supposed to be a top 10 pick. He has the talent to be a top 10 pick. He was felt, and not a single team was looking at him. They're like, I'm not trusting this kid. This is a really weird situation. And where did he get picked?
The Jazz, baby.
Utah Jazz.
The Storm and Mormons, boys.
They're like, we don't care about that.
They're like, oh, that's just down the street. We'll be
He'll
good.
fit in fine.
We
here.
actually like
He'll fit
that
in
better. Thank
We'll
you.
support him.
That actually helps us sell tickets. Can you believe it?
Dude,
Zach Edey
look
went
at-
9, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think he was like the first one that I recognized off the board. I was like, no, there was a kid from Kentucky that I think went early that I recognized. But other than that, I was like, I have no idea who any of these players are.
Also,
now,
the captain
they're not going to
of
be good because, I mean,
of course not.
The international players have been pretty decent lately, you know,
Yeah.
but I just don't know who the hell they are.
and the captain of the USC team that Bronny was on, who averaged 16 points a game, went undrafted. So
Yes,
this all makes
undrafted.
lots of
Bronny needed
sense.
that spot.
How many minutes does he get this year? 0?
0.
It's almost a sham. It's like you really.
Once the Lakers are up 30 on somebody at some point in time with 90 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, Bronny James. He trots out, runs out the shot clock,
Gets an
trots back
alley-oop
away.
from his dad, and then they both retire.
It's embarrassing, guys. The league should be embarrassed that it's like King Griffey Jr., King Griffey Sr., Barry Bonds, and Bobby Bonds. They all had the skill level to be there.
Yeah.
But this guy does not have the skill level to be there. The NBA should be so ashamed of this. This is not how it's supposed to work.
No.
And that's the wild thing is like LeBron willed this into existence.
Willed it. Like what, 5 years ago? When he was like an eighth grader?
He's been talking about it since he was since Bronny was in high school. And genuinely at the time, Bronny was a highly touted blue chip recruit in high school early on. Wound up kind of
Having a heart attack. That was weird.
That was
sucked.
right
Yeah.
before his freshman year, though.
Yeah, his summer.
Like he had already kind of fallen from grace a little bit through his development through high school, and that's why he wound up going to USC and wasn't considered like a blue chip recruit by the time he was getting recruited out of high school. He's already like hanging on to be, a tippity top D1 recruit, and then now to go one and done.
Oh, God, it's embarrassing. He should have at least stayed a second year, even a third year. Let the kid develop. I blame LeBron over Bronny.
I think they're just trying to get him in, get in the NBA, and then be done. Just like just let him ride off because just feel like I don't know what the hell this is all about. I mean, this would be like Al Davis forcing the or just drafting Mark, to come on and play nose tackle for the Raiders. And it's just like let's just let this guy with this haircut, just let him come out. Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, he was a kid when Al Davis was the owner. They'd be like, okay, strap a helmet on Mark. Let's let him go out there. No, he's not ready. He can't do it.
I think I speak for everybody when I
Raiders
say
will
I would
take him.
love to see that happen.
It'd be so funny.
It would be
so funny. Let's just
$1 billion trust fund baby just getting turned into a fine paste. Like
With a
that
bowl
sounds
cut.
hilarious.
Oh,
Jonathan
gosh.
Kraft out there trying to kick
left
field
but
goals.
the bowl cut.
Yeah. It was just a thin bowl cut that feathered onto the field after
Just
he
watch
vanished.
Mark die one play.
Yeah,
So,
let's keep the NBA moving. Free agency just hit. Who else we got? James Harden is going back to the Clippers. I know Joey's so excited.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Paul George gets out of LA and goes to Philly.
I do care
to do
about
something that matters. Chris Paul randomly goes to San Antonio, the worst team in the league. And KCP to Orlando, leaves Denver. Denver picks up nobody so far.
Nobody.
A lot of moving on the old folks. Detroit signed their max rookie deal. Cunningham, I believe, he signed big money. Siakam signed. Any surprises? A lot of old guys signing back.
Siakam signed with Indiana.
Drummond is still in the league, by the way,
Yeah.
signing money. So
Siakam's a good player. Biggest thing for me is the Nuggets have done nothing. I know that they were initially they offered Michael Porter Jr., Zeke Naji, and a couple of draft picks, and the Nuggets turned it down. They said they wouldn't do it. I was like, for Paul George, I would have taken that trade.
We
I
just
would have given
offered
up. No, they were offered Paul George for MPJ, Zeke Naji, and some draft picks. And Calvin Booth shut it down.
Porter Jr. go away.
Calvin Booth shut it down because he said that's where we build our team through the draft. We can't give up draft picks. Now, Michael Porter Jr. is so hot and cold. I would take Paul George over him. I think Paul.
Gosh, I'm so
I think
over
Paul.
that.
I think Paul George in the 3 for the Nuggets would be awesome. Then Klay Thompson was out there, and he was in Denver the other night, and everybody got really excited.
Yep.
Then what does he do? And he goes and signs with the Mavericks. Klay Thompson would have been a great
shocker.
2. He would have been a great 2 for the Nuggets. That would have been massive. Just getting that 3-point threat would have been huge. So now who is there? What are they going to do? Paul George going to Philly is a pretty big deal. Like, I mean, they thought that.
Does Paul George do anything anymore? Are we still impressed by Paul George?
He still puts up good numbers, and he played the most games out of his entire career last year. And
70?
it's just like whatever it is. It was the most he's ever played. And so it's just he's better than Tobias Harris, and so it's just like
who also got paid again. Tobias Harris keeps getting paid multi-millions of dollars to be employed. It's
just to be average, just to be okay.
He broke the system. He's
by far
cashing checks and snapping necks, boys. What more?
He
is
is by
to say?
far the highest career earnings for someone who's never made an All-Star team. I mean, it is
or even come close.
He's pushing like $300 million in salary now.
I mean, yeah, I was surprised. Klay Thompson to the Mavs seems like an odd choice. I just don't know how washed up he is. Like I like the 3-point threat for the Nugs. That would have been a nice person to shuffle in there. But I don't know that Klay still has it.
I think it's gonna be a disaster in Dallas. I mean, now they have three shooters. You need, and Klay doesn't play defense. So it's like, what are you gonna?
Luka doesn't
play defense. Kyrie plays pretty decent defense, but when he wants to, that's the big thing there. When he wants to play defense, he does.
I think the biggest thing, Chris Paul is clearly getting desperate for that ring. That's all he cares. He's like, I will do anything. I swear.
So now I'm gonna go to the last place team. Yeah.
I do not care. Like, he is just getting desperate at this point. Like, tried to go chase it in Phoenix, and they were garbage.
Supposedly Kevin Durant's on the way out too.
Good.
Yeah.
Now I've heard rumblings about him in Denver, and I would probably start crying. I don't know if I'd be able to watch their games.
Yes,
it's just like of course I would, and I'll probably be getting the Kevin Durant jersey. But at this point right now, just saying
that's
how
a
much
very wide swing there. Hang on, we're going.
Hold on.
From I might not watch the games to I would have to buy his jersey.
I mean, if he's good,
not even 3 seconds, Chris.
If he's good, it's like Drake May. Did that on purpose.
Moving on.
Joey force-fed a Patriots reference. Everybody take a drink.
The dog days of summer. We got to hear about that shit. All right, Aaron Judge is on fire. The man's having a better year than when he beat Roger Maris' record, fellas.
Yeah,
Joe, you made better stats than Harper's MVP season 2001 or 2020. Damn, 2021.
Yeah,
that
so
makes more sense.
Bryce Harper won the MVP in 21 with 35 home runs and 87 RBIs. Aaron Judge is already there. All right, and so we're not even to we're not even to the All-Star break, and Aaron Judge is just massacring the baseball. Now I don't know why it's not translating into more Yankees wins, because they're kind of tailing off right now. They're okay.
They were red hot.
They were red hot, and now they're pushing the Rockies with like a 7-5 in the last 12. It's like, let's do this. But
is that a compliment to the Rockies?
When it was the Rockies, it's a compliment. When it's the Yankees, it's a scathing rebuke.
So yeah, Aaron Judge is on pace to break the home runs that he had last year. Like he hit 62 last year, which is the American League record, and in a lot of people's eyes is the real record, because I mean, like we just talked about the steroids era in the last show. So that was probably the real home run record was achieved last season, and he's probably gonna break it this year, and he's doing it legitimately. Now in a park that is an absolute joke, you hit a pop flying and it's gone. It's gone. But still, he's doing it, and other people aren't doing it, and it's pretty incredible stuff. So the home run derby should be a blast. Gunnar Henderson already said he's going to join. Hopefully, Aaron Judge would win there and just crush.
Get Vladdy Guerrero. Vlad just swings that stick.
Vlad had a streak lately with 6 out of his last 8 at bats for home runs.
Chris, I want to get your thoughts on this. I feel like the younger generation, and I'm starting to read a little bit, is being nicer to the steroid era boys. Do we like that it's cooling down? Do we like that they're maybe opening their arms?
That's how that works.
But should it? Do we like that? I don't like it. It's fishy
I don't
to
like
me.
It. No. I lived through it, man. I
asked Christopher, Joey. Damn it, Joey. Ask Christopher.
Sorry, Christopher.
I'm so sorry. What do you think? Should it be?
Thank you, Cody. I'd like to defer my time to Joey. Joey, take it away.
I think the steroid era was the hardest on people who are exactly my age. All right, because that was when we were growing up in the late 90s, and these were our idols, and we were watching it. Then when we started to get into high school and college and seeing all these tests come out and the Balco scandal. And then remember when I was in college in 2008 when the Wells report was released, and all of my favorite players were on that list. Like every single one of them was on there. And
Joey's like, I really had a type. Really had a type of player that I liked.
What happened to my youth? I mean, it was just everybody I loved was on there, and I was like, this is a lie. My childhood was a sham.
It's real, damn it.
You know, and so then we have people who make like jokes, like who just say stuff like Todd Helton was juiced. It's like, there's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. He was not in the Wells report. All right. And so it's just, but they can just attach that to anybody who was good at that time and said they were juicing. And
but do we like that it's getting more nicety about it? I mean, I feel like
I don't.
Revisionist history a little bit. The expectation
I think just the intensity of the scandal is like tough to understand looking through time. Like I don't think the modern age of like up and coming sports fans like understand what a massive deal, you know, that home run race between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa was. Like just what a huge moment in time. In the U.S. that was, you know, the only thing that I can compare it to is like when it was outed that Lance Armstrong was on steroids. Like this wasn't just fandom. This was like an iconic pop culture moment for all of the country, and to have that just be taken off at the knees and dismantled. Yeah, I'm not surprised that folks kind of looking through the lens of time don't quite get that, because it's just tough to understand something that's so completely all-encompassing and it's such a complete 180.
Because, most of it's now is like, well, the league was just turning the other way. So, you know, yes, is it cheating? But there was a weird, I guess, dynamic going on between the league and the players, selling tickets, making more money, breaking records, attendance, viewership, all these things. But feels like we're being nicer to those guys. I wonder if they'll ever get into the Hall of Fame.
I don't know, man. I don't like seeing Barry Bonds up on stage at like the classic games, and they're just he hasn't learned from any of this. He's so freaking arrogant.
No.
When they asked him, they're like, "Hey, what would you do against that Satchel Paige?" He just goes, "Gone."
Yeah,
and like that was it. It was just like Ken Griffey Jr. asked you that question, you asshole. Yeah. It's like he hasn't learned from this.
He was clean.
And it was just like, and Ken Griffey Jr. was clean. They had Griffey. They had Jeter, arguably like the two most generational talents from their decade of like clean, real baseball players. Then they had Bonds and A-Rod. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those guys are meshing. There was for a while where Barry Bonds was just hidden. Him and McGwire, they were on like coaching staffs, but you don't show them on TV. We're not encouraging. But now they're slowly getting back into the mix. A-Rod's like one of the biggest names in the broadcasting, and like trying to be like the Charles Barkley and all that stuff. And then moving on, let's wrap it up with Cody might be right. Catlin Clark, youngest to 300 points, 100 rebounds, 100 assists, on pace for a top 4 season of all time. But he doesn't deserve. She does not deserve to be on the Olympic team. That's not true. She should be on the Olympic team. That's all.
Are we rehashing this again?
No, yes. I brought this up because this is some pretty incredible stats here. She's the fastest player in WNBA history, 300 points, 100 rebounds, 100 assists. She's on pace to finish the season averaging 15, 5, and 5. Actually, she's going to do better than that. She's right now she's averaging 15, 8, close to 8 and 5. And so if she finishes the season, close to 7 and 5. If she finishes the season with that, she'd be one of only 4 players ever to average 15, 5, and 5, with Candace Parker, Alyssa Thomas, and Sabrina Ionescu. 2 Hall of Famers, and I don't know who Alyssa Thomas is, but pretty good.
We just had a whole debate with Chris and his wife.
Where is the Olympics in 4 years? Because she should buy her tickets now. I think she'll be there. She'll be the leader. She'll be doing great.
They bet, and they bet wrong, damn it.
Olympics is in America in 4 years, people, if you don't know. So,
Joey's answering the question. Yes, it's in America.
Yeah, it is in LA. So, and Oklahoma City of all places. Do you see that? Every single thing is in LA. Then they're having 2 events in Oklahoma City. I was like, why?
Why not?
Just to show the world that Oklahoma exists.
Yeah, they're having softball and then kayaking. I was like, really?
Wait, what?
I mean, I can at least understand kayaking. Like, you have to go to like where there's like a place to compete, I guess. But softball, yeah, I don't get that.
I guarantee UCLA has a beautiful softball field.
Or USC or anywhere else.
100%. The kayaking, I kind of get. Like, it has to be kind of situationally dependent.
Who's sleeping with who to make this happen?
Softball, for God's sake, like, what
are we doing here?
Can you imagine, like, you're a softball up-and-comer, an international star.
Yes.
Like, this is my opportunity
to go to America.
Bags. I'm going to Oklahoma fucking City, boys.
That's right.
Jeez, you tell your whole family, I'm going to America for the first time. Where are you going?
OKC.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. You know, there's
a play.
There's a musical about it.
Yeah.
The Dust Bowl happened there.
Yeah. A lot of tornadoes.
Little story. Okay. And
that'll do it, boys, for not the music break. That'll do for the sports docket. There you go. Music break. All right, lovers of mine, welcome back to the Juice Boy Show, episode 48. We're having so much fun doing it. We're almost on a year, guys. I cannot believe it. Our first big segment was Squeeze of the Week, our most outlandish segments, and now Moron Mountain we've added to this batch of time here. You can nominate morons in the sports world for whatever reason. So it looks like we have two. Joey wants to nominate someone to Moron Mountain, and Christopher has a listener submitted Moron Mountain. Is this our first listener submitted Moron Mountain?
It is.
Oh, man. Bring it on.
Fellas, would you like to know who is the inaugural listener-submitted Moron Mountain inductee? It's our own third turd, Cody McCoy.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
This comes from former listener Kendall.
Oh, okay.
Complete disappointment that she won't ever hear this because she refuses to listen to us anymore.
Why though? Because was it my fault?
Cody texted / called me at 4 on Thursday.
Okay.
I was at work still, so I couldn't answer either. I called him back like 45 minutes later. He didn't answer. Mm-hmm. Then I ended up texting him. He told me he was at some kind of warehouse sale, and there was a Detroit Stars Negro League hoodie for $10. He didn't buy it because he couldn't get a hold of myself or Rhymes with Ike. Like, bro, it was $10. And it was something I would like. Just buy it. So she goes on to say, my hot take is if you see something a friend will like, don't be a dodo bird and not buy it because you can't get a hold of your friend. It was $10 freaking. There
you go. So it's kind of like that rule. When one of us is late, you just pay the tea, pay the tea fees. And then
I didn't know the sizes and stuff. I didn't know there's like multiple Detroit things. Like I tried calling her and her husband, and I even walked around the damn place for about 10 minutes waiting for someone to text back. That is not my fault. This is her fault.
I texted her back.
I
feel like all he did was tease you about it then. Let you know that you could have had this and then slam the door in your face.
Yes. That's not my fault, though.
Well,
if I was in that situation, I'd have winged it. You know what? You get the sizes that you get.
Right.
You at least get it.
And then that way I would have been stuck with a bunch of Detroit shit that I don't want. So then what do I do with it if I get the wrong size?
You know they would have. It's like, no. I did something nice for you all, whatever the size happens to be.
Well, next time I am not doing something nice for those people.
It sounds like you didn't do something nice.
Yes. And I will continue to do so.
$10, buy it.
I think it was like 12.
End of story.
That's where
okay. That's $12.
Still, oh my God, 12.
I paid more than that for the beer at the concert last night. So, yeah.
You had one beer at the concert?
Oh, no. I had several, but I paid more than that. Yeah.
Per beer?
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm the first listener, Moron Mountain.
Welcome to the top of Moron Mountain, as inducted by former listener Kendall.
All right.
Joey would like to nominate someone to Moron Mountain as well. Who's joining the ranks today?
This guy, I think, is going to immediately be put into the Mount Rushmore of the Moron Mountain. He's going to be forever engraved into it. And that man's name is Rob Pelinka. All right. The Los Angeles Lakers GM, it's done. Okay. Your time needs to be over. All right. Now, people say, who the hell is Rob Pelinka? That's a really good question. Rob Pelinka got to become the vice president of basketball operations and the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers shortly after he ended his time as the active agent for one Kobe Bryant. Did you guys know that?
The Lakers are full of just like,
I had no idea.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
So Kobe, while he was Kobe's agent, he got really close in with Jeannie Buss and Dr. Buss before he died. And then after Kobe's passing, he got complete and total control of the Lakers, right? Genie stepped down. Massive problems happened with massive fallout between Pelinka and Magic Johnson, and Magic Johnson quit before he was even put in power of the Lakers because of his relationships with players and because of his relationships with the organization. Now, if you're losing Magic Johnson, who is the golden boy for your entire franchise,
to the agent of Kobe Bryant,
what are you doing?
They must be sleeping together, right? Must be.
So now he's in there, and he still has his job because technically in his second season behind the helm as GM, not just vice president, but GM, they won the Bubble Bowl. All right, they won the tournament in the bubble. Since then, the season right after that, they've had a combined winning percentage of 556. All right, and since then they've gone 429 in the playoffs.
And have not created a plan for after the 40-year-old LeBron retired.
They did win the in-season tournament, so he has two banners under
Chris,
his
name. We've talked about that.
Name.
We have a lot of respect for the in-season tournament.
Especially because it equates to success at the end.
The dude who got there riding the coattails of one of the greatest players of all time, all right, riding the coattails of his good looks, he looks just like Rob Lowe, is now put into a place where he has to actually do something. And what does he do? Now just rides the coattails of LeBron James. He is LeBron James biatch. He does anything that LeBron James says. And this is an absolute joke. So Rob Pelinka, welcome to Moron Mountain. They are carving your face in the side of that mountain right now. And I don't know if that'll ever go away. You drafting Bronny James is the biggest slap in the face to the NBA, I think maybe ever. I mean, it was just all these players who really need it, who really deserve it, like the captain of that team. Completely outshining him, just doesn't even get looked. And no, here we go. So there you go, Rob. Welcome to Moron Mountain, my friend.
Jeannie Buss, too. Where'd Jeannie Buss at? She's the one running the show here, letting this all happen. I don't understand it.
Pelinka's running the show, bro.
It's all about who you know for the Lakers.
God, it's just nuts. Yeah, I had no idea about a lot of that. I obviously know about Bronny James being a total and complete embarrassment, but yeah, my God. Great nomination there, Joe.
Could you imagine if LeBron goes like top 5 or Bronny goes top 5 all time and we just look like absolute morons? Well,
he will not. If he does right now, all right, I wrote down.
The other two of us can be atop Moron Mountain then.
Let's put it in the book right now. He will never be an all-star, not even a top player. I'm writing down the book.
Starter.
Claiming.
Maybe a starter.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we're still in the position where it's like, does he ever get into the starting
does he see 5? The floor? Does he
I would say no.
All right. Bronny James will never be an all-star. Oh, that's such a bad take, though, because he's his name. He'll get voted in like Yao did for 12 years. Yao started one game and was the starting all-star.
Is the country that crazy about the LeBron James and family? Like, does anyone really give a shit?
No.
Yeah.
Gen Zers are, dude.
Are they?
LeBron James. That
was like a millennial video.
Will never be an all-star. I'm claiming it. Okay.
Joey, people want to nominate their morons to the tippity top of Moron Mountain. How can they do so? I'm loving this segment. Keep them coming. Except for
Listeners.
me. I'm not on there.
Yeah, no more. Although, dude, it's only $10, McCoy. I mean, come on, it's $10 and it's a friend. It's a friend. Okay. So, listeners, friends, morons, and intellectuals, you can all submit your most outlandish sports takes by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow with 2 S's Chase. If it has the pulp, we'll read it on the show. Chris, who's sponsoring today's show?
Today's episode of the Juice Boys Show is proudly, patriotically brought to you by that fireworks video you took on the 4th of July last year.
Yes!
Hello there.
That's different from the year before.
Junkies, it's me. That fireworks video you took on the 4th of July last year. And I know it's been a long year since you busted your phone out and shot what is surely the Mona Lisa of fireworks videos. But this year has been a lonely one for me because you played me 6 times immediately after shooting. And sure, you were playing me for all the people around you who had also just watched the exact same fireworks show, but you sure expected them to be impressed. Yeah. And now here we are. I'm taking up space in your hard drive, but not in your mind because I have been neglected for 364 straight days. So it's time for a heart-to-heart. before you show up to another fireworks extravaganza this week and create another video destined to be a lonely, ignored, hazy memory, think to yourself, does anybody actually give a shit?
Please.
Are we not all watching essentially the exact same thing year after year? So please, for the love of God, put your phone down, take a moment to appreciate what's happening in front of you, and just live in the moment for once.
Wow.
This public service announcement is brought to you once again by that fireworks video you took on the 4th of July last freaking year.
What a great PSA. Enjoy the moment with your friends and family.
Yeah, don't pull a Jason Pierre-Paul and blow off half your hands. And
please don't.
Also a good idea.
If you don't,
that was actually kind of
send
fun.
that in the show. We'll talk about it because that sounds hilarious
We
for
will.
everyone else involved. But all right, we got a big potato, big topic of the day. 4th of July, guys. Patriotic, America, Revolutionary War, underdogs. We took it to them. Took it to the champs. Our big potato of the day. What athlete is your general? Are you following into battle, the Revolutionary War, the big battle? One of the 14 that Joey probably could tell us all about.
At that time, it took about like 6 months to get from a place to place for a battle to happen. So there wasn't as many, but like, let's imagine this is the dude that you're scared to shit and you need to follow somebody.
Yep.
What's it going to take for you to follow them into battle?
Yep.
Take down those damn redcoats.
Yeah, he's going to give you the speech. He or she going to give you the speech, going to waltz you out there. Then he's going to tell you to point over there and shoot because that's how war was done. Hey, you shoot and I shoot. What? Like, whoever thought of that shit? Like,
Don't retreat. Just you
no,
stand there.
no. Don't you dare
Stay there.
You
I
just
see that you're reloading. Don't worry, I'll be right here.
It just never made sense to
Happen
me.
to get done with that.
Yeah, I have to stand right here while you point your gun at me and I can't move, or else you're a pussy if you move. I don't understand. Like, what they do?
Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes. Like, I used to teach that, and that's like 12 feet away. You're like, oh, Jesus.
Like, who was the first guy to
We're
be
so
like,
close.
who was the first guy to be like, hey, friend, should we like duck behind the rock?
No,
Like,
just
who was that guy? No. Okay.
That guy is somebody not written about in history because he was a coward.
And then machine guns happen. So,
And then,
And then we got a lot to hiding behind rocks.
yes. Then suddenly we were no
Became
one pussies anymore.
extremely efficient to hide behind the rock after that point.
The generals were like, fuck, all right, we gotta find a tree.
dig down? I don't know. Dig down.
It's like, we can't just stand here anymore, boss. Please help me. And then reporting back, you're telling me they have machine guns? They're not stuffing their rifle with shit that takes 12 minutes between shots. Anyway, we digress. Christopher, who is leading you and the team into battle to win the Revolutionary War? Freedom.
Fellas, I gotta go with my first pick just to jump out in front of what I imagine is Joey's first pick and go with the number one field general to ever hit the gridiron, America's number one patriot, Tom Brady.
Oh my God, you're doing it. Oh.
He's going to deflate the bullets or something.
He's not going to take too many risks, especially with himself. He's going to hang way in the back, let everybody else take the risk for him. But he is going to dink and dunk and just take the redcoats out just one single yard at a time. Just one. He's got one guy shooting, and that one bullet is going to hit exactly where it needs to. Then the next guy shoots.
Yep.
He's taking no risks, but you know what? He's getting the job done time and time again. Doesn't matter if he's down 28 deaths to 3. He's going to come back and he's going to show you why he is Tom Brady, who is, according to Joey, the greatest living American.
Living, yes.
What a general. On the backs of his people too, right?
I was really lucky that you swung it to me first. I only came up with 2 options to answer this question, and I knew that Joey was. I had a 50-50 shot that either Joey was going to just completely take me out of the knee, or that I got the chance to go first.
Just watching the Pats follow him out of the locker room out in there to let's go. Oh, I could do it. I would follow him.
I don't know if he would motivate me. I don't know if I'd be sitting there like this guy. I don't know.
Unless he's not Kermit the Frog telling you, "Let's go, guys." It's just like, yeah, come on, dude. Yeah.
But okay, Joey, who is your general you are following out to the big battle?
So my 2 picks I'm going to have, if I was an infantryman and then if I actually wanted to win the war. Okay, so I'm going to go the first one because the infantryman, like,
wait, so like if you're the president and the calling the shots,
exactly. So I want someone. I want someone, if I'm an infantryman who's an absolute freaking psycho. I want someone who I'm just going to follow them in everything they do, be like, oh my God, this guy's awesome. He's not afraid of anything. I'm going to follow and run through a freaking wall for him.
If you take mine, I'm going to be so.
So my first pick is the old strong safety, Brian Dawkins. All right. Now, Brian Dawkins was known for being one of the most psychotic players in NFL history. When they would come out, like, he was one of the guys that would make the team call out the defensive starters instead of the offensive starters back when he was on the Eagles, because he was like, no, we are the team. We are the killers. We're the ones that he's out there. He would come out and just have like a conniption on the field, like ripping up grass and like eating it, and just being like, I'm going to just bite your kneecaps like Dan Campbell and just like, let's go. All right. So Brian Dawkins played forever in the NFL and he's obviously a Hall of Famer, 9-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro team. He's on the all 2000s team. He's played for the Eagles and the Broncos at the end of his career. But he has my favorite soundbite that I've ever had when hearing about like when another player is talking about him, and saying intimidating this man is.
He was like, Spikes, I'm gonna take his soul. And I was like, what? I'm gonna take his soul. I want to see how bad he wants to play.
Oh my God.
Next play, they're gonna crowd behind me. Brian Dawkins.
Oh my God.
He gets up over him and just say, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know what he's on, but I want something for the next game, though. I like
No.
I'm going to take his soul. Wait,
and he did.
What do you mean? And he did.
Pick.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. You just want somebody who just embraces this. Like, this is it. They live, they breathe. That's all they want. I'm going to take his soul.
Well, I can't believe you're not going to take my pick.
God, that's beautiful.
I will follow you.
Joey, we're on the same page, but I'm taking Dick Butkus. You're not taking Dick Butkus? Oh, my gosh. The guy had no regards for human life. I would follow him anywhere. There's no reason to be scared with Dick Butkus just charging the field.
He will lead.
Those red coats.
Lead you. He will be in the front line.
Who knows? Who don't know? Dick Butkus was one of the all-timers who just recently passed in the last year or so.
Recently,
linebacker, I believe, middle linebacker. So knows how to talk to people, lead people. He's also nuts. He has like one tooth left. He was throwing forearms. He was tackling. He was ripping people up. Dirty hits after it was late hits. Anything. Throw him down. Wrestling.
He might
body
have
slams.
He might have taken souls. Back in that time, like him and Chuck Bednarik, as we learned about a few weeks ago. Chuck Bednarik. Yeah, they actually were trying to kill people.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So why would you not lead me into the Revolutionary War? Oh man, Joe, I got
take
scared.
His soul. That's it.
We were on the same line of thinking. Yeah. Chris, for number 2, who is your second in command, or another battle maybe going on, General?
No. Yeah, I'm bringing a second general. I mean, there can be more than one.
There's always check the rule book. One. Yeah. There's usually thousands, but yeah.
I'm going with the only guy that I know of in sports that actually knows a general. I'm going with Shaquille O'Neal.
Ooh, he's too tall.
Because he knows the general.
Yeah, he's been doing commercials for the general for like 20 years. Like, you got to expect that the general has like taught him a thing or two.
He has 5 stars. You notice that general has 5 stars. Yeah. We've only had like 2 ever 5-star generals.
Apparently now we've got a third because
an animated
Shaq
general.
Is his protege. Shaq is going to lead us into battle as Big Aristotle.
Oh,
DJ Diesel himself. He's gonna be playing the hype up song all the way in the back as he leads us into this triumphant victory.
General Shaq? General
Shaq?
General Shaq, exactly.
Because his mentor was the general?
Exactly.
That's right. So he knows.
Chris, I love the way your brain works. And also get some car insurance while you're at it too.
Yeah, he might have to duck down if we're in the
trenches. The trenches aren't deep enough.
We need a bigger rock.
Good pull, Christopher. Joey beat Shaq, aka the puppet, to the general.
All right, so for my second pick, I'm going to take the one that's like, I want someone who's got some strategery. Someone who's going to really know like how to maneuver and how to get us in the right spots. And I started thinking about, obviously greatest coaches of all time. But if I want someone to lead me into battle, I want someone who's actually been to freaking battle. And so I'm picking the old coach of what became America's team, Tom Landry. Because Tom Landry in World War II flew 30 combat missions as a bomber over Europe.
Wow.
Oh my God.
30. Wow. 30 combat missions as a bomber flying F-16 bombers over Europe. Now, I just read the book, Masters of the Air, and watched the show, and they gave you retirement after 25 because they knew that number was never going to happen. So that means that this dude was such a badass that he said, no, I reached 25. I'm going to keep going until the job is done.
Yeah.
And he survived. He played NFL football before the war. Then he came back out after the war, and he was the coach. And he coached the Cowboys for 29 seasons and had a 600 winning percentage and won 2 Super Bowls, lost 3 others. But he went to 5 total Super Bowls in his career. One of the greatest coaches of all time, reinvented the air raid offense with Roger Staubach. And so it's like, I want someone who wants to go to attack, but be strategic and loves America. Give me Tom Landry, baby. Bring me into battle.
Beautiful.
Oh, man. No one's going to pick the Admiral?
No, I went with an actual general.
I'm taking the Admiral, David Effin Robinson of the San Antonio Spurs. He was in the Navy. He played at Navy, was in military service, got at age 24, went to the Spurs. One of the greatest big men of all time, power forward, before they got Tim Duncan. Really? No one's taking the Admiral. Great
That's
nickname.
a really good pick. I didn't even think about it.
Way to go.
Gosh dang, guys, try to keep up. Dit Butkus and the Admiral? I'm winning my war. We got 3 battles going on. I'm winning mine. War. You guys can figure out what's going on with General Shaq.
You're not gonna have any souls left, dude.
Dude, I think the Juice Boys put together pretty good.
Hey, Shaq is going to make sure that we win and all of our vehicles are adequately
all of our horse buggies
and affordably protected.
And saving us money at the same time.
On our horse and carriage rides.
Shaq is so overqualified. He's multitasking out there.
Oh, he's building a business on the. He was the first insurance company, didn't you know?
Yeah.
1776, they opened the country and started a very successful insurance firm.
Is that in fire departments with Benjamin Franklin after inventing electricity?
Yeah.
All around the same time. He was a founding father. Remember, juice junkies, Americans, non-Americans that wish they were Americans.
Hey.
You can listen to the show and continue to listen to the show on all major podcast networks and YouTube. Please follow and rate the show and leave us a review through Apple. And we encourage you to follow the YouTube and Spotify channels. Push those subscribe buttons. Also, be a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast. Join our Juice Junkie community. We love you.
Please.
Thanks for listening. Cody.
Joseph Brosip.
Back to you.
Thank you, my friend Christopher, who is sponsoring our historical, patriotic Revolutionary War stat of the day.
Today's stat of the day is brought to you by gambling on the annual hot dog eating contest.
Oh, we didn't even talk about it. No, we didn't talk about it.
Because our boy's not in it. It's like
Fellas, it's that most special time of the year where the sky is full of dazzling fireworks and the hospital is full of drunk people missing digits. And the best part of every 4th of July celebration? Well, that's gambling on the annual hot dog eating contest. Yes, there's nothing more American than putting your mortgage on the line, as a number of the finest eaters the world has to offer stuff thousands of calories down their throat in mere moments. And with this year's news of Joey Chestnut retiring, this year's hot dog eating contest is your perfect opportunity to throw your life savings down on whoever you expect to be the next household name in this ever-exciting sport. That's gambling on the annual hot dog eating contest. Because blowing your hand off can still be the second worst choice you'll make today.
Oh man, no Joey Chestnut.
We got to talk about it quick. Yeah, I didn't add it to the docket. Yeah.
Did you see what I sent you just mere moments before we hopped on?
No. Do share.
Netflix is doing their own Kobayashi versus Joey Chestnut showdown.
On 4th of July.
This fall. Like they just announced it.
Okay,
so it's not happening on the 4th, but it's happening, boys.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Awaited return of the greatest rivals in sports history.
Before we do stat of the day, Joey Chestnut banned from the eating contest.
He endorsed a vegan hot dog. He endorsed a vegan hot dog, an impossible meat hot dog, and so Nathan's was like, nope, you can't do it.
Well, that's part of their contract. Like you got to eat ours. Like you don't get to bring your own hot dog.
Yeah,
I don't think he was going to bring his
sense.
own. I think he was just endorsing this other hot dog brand. I don't think he was planning on eating vegan hot dogs there. I think that he just like endorsed them, and they're like, no, you can't do that. Because I mean, yeah, you can't bring your own hot. I'd be like me bringing. It's like, yeah, you guys are eating hot dogs. I just want to eat pretzels. It's just like, they're roughly the same length.
It'd be chicken wings.
I just want to eat chicken wings. All right, so yeah, but
I just devastated. Just a tradition like any other. Shoving hot dogs down your throat for everyone to enjoy.
Oh, that was the 12 minutes that I have to make my wife go to the other room. Be like, honey, I'm watching this.
This is it. This is America as it gets.
This is disgusting. And before William Perry, rest in peace, before he died, he tried it and he got like maybe 12 hot dogs, and that's a behemoth.
What's your strategy?
Fridge.
What's your strategy? Soak the hot dogs in the buns separate, and then just conveyor. Like, what's your strategy?
I think my strategy is eat the hot dogs and then grab all of the buns and then mash them down like into like a 6-8 hot dog buns into one, and just eat that hot dog bun bite. Eat 8 dogs and then mash the hot dog.
So you're gonna soggy the shit out of them to make it like a
and then it's like one solid nasty block of bun. Then I'm just gonna jam in my mouth and just drink water.
Oh my god, that sounds horrifying.
Can you beat that strategy?
I feel like I have so much more of an understanding of how Joey tore his stomach open with chicken wings.
It really makes sense now, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, I can't even think about putting myself in this position right now because my mind is completely occupied by like Joey's poor innard.
When you eat chicken wings competitively, you don't even you have to eat the drum part, like normal, because that's it. But the legs, like the part you can pull apart, you take it at the top and you just push it down really hard, and so then all of the meat comes off into your hands. You're saving your lips and you're saving time. Just grab, eat the meat, done with the wing. So there's a lot of different rules. There's a lot of tricks to this trade, my friends.
Oh my God! Apparently.
We'll reflect on that next week. Let's go Revolutionary
Back to where we were. What were we talking about?
Big stat of the day. We love the country. 4th of July episode, our first that we've ever done. Boys, some fella on the internet ran the numbers. What was the betting odds? What percentage did old America have to beat the British when the Revolutionary War started? Before it started, obviously America was underdogs. What was the percentage of probability we had of winning this whole thing?
So are we saying like the time of like Boston Tea Party? Because that happened 2 years before the first shots. So like before...
Yeah, like at the earliest phase when a war was happening.
More questions than Cody gave
even
a modicum of thought to.
At the start line.
This was my job for 10 years, you guys. I did used to do this.
At the starting line of the war. What percentage probability did old America have? Did the old 13 colonies have to take home the gold to get us here today?
Considering we did not have a government.
Okay.
That's a pretty big one.
That's big.
Considering we did not have a navy. We did not have an army.
Mm-hmm.
All we had was farmers with their guns. And then we stole cannons. I don't know. I'm going to say 8.7% chance.
Okay.
God, I would give like 2%. Like this was the dominant military power in the old world against a bunch of farmers.
Seriously?
Pissed off farmers.
Very pissed off farmers.
Yeah, but you can be as pissed off as you want. A cannonball still sucks.
Dude, they were like charging like 2% interest at that time.
That might be the episode title.
It sucks.
You could be pissed off.
They were getting pissed off by like a 2% tax. Like now it's just like my credit card's like 24%. Like where's our rage? Come on.
That's true. I would take a 2% anything.
Yeah.
I would take a cannon will drive you to Visa.
It's like I got a 2.7 interest rate on my house and I might never sell it. Like I can't get rid of that interest rate.
I would take a 2% on anything.
Yeah.
So Chris, you going 2%? Chris, what? 8.7?
8.7.
We're splitting down the middle. We had a 5% chance of winning the damn war.
Oh, wow.
Imagine us?
We're like kind of on top of that there, Joe.
Guys, we might not even know each other. We would be sipping tea and Listening to the Beatles or
not with that leaf water.
Just your normal day.
Water.
Could you imagine a 5% chance? And we were supposed to lose it. Joey, give us a fun fact. Any other fun facts?
There's only like 7 days out of the year in the 365-day calendar year that a country does not celebrate Independence Day from me. I mean,
yeah, we even asked.
It is unbelievable. It's like, and some of them celebrate multiple. You know, like this is our first one. Then we have a second one because they got us again. So I mean,
came back and got us.
But I feel like they tried, right? They tried harder against us.
But they did. Well, yeah, because of what you guys just said. The old we'll just stand in the line. That's why they wore red coats, so you couldn't see if you got shot. So you just walk right by them. Well, you don't think about your people in front of you. You just step on them and keep going.
Oh, gosh.
You know, and so it's just you're in a big line. The person in front of you falls. You step on them and you keep going, and you cannot stop that line. So what did we do with Daniel Boone and Daniel Morgan and all of our old sharpshooters? We got up in the trees and we're sniping them, and they're like, "That's not fair." I'm like, "Hey,
that's not classy.
This is
America.
Not
shoot.
This is America.
Shooters got to shoot."
And they always aim for the people on the horses because they were the ones who were telling people what to do. Kill the people in charge, and then everybody just scrambles, and then you win.
So, old Georgie boy, he's pretty tight. Happy
America.
4th, guys. America. Happy 4th. That's all we got. That's all we got. We're going to get this episode out.
Days, McCoy.
Yeah. Christopher's coming. We're going to get this episode out nice and early for you guys to listen to as you start your 1201 whiskeys on the 4th.
I say happy 10-year wedding anniversary to my wife. I can't believe you've been with me for 10 years.
I can't either.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, thank you. I love you, baby.
Love.
That's it. That's
see you. I don't know. Happy anniversary to Joey Rand. I love you both. Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy birthday, America.
America.